Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loca here. Join me today as I show you how to collect the seeds from a lamb's ear plant. So let's go. I collected the seed pods from my friend's house a number of weeks ago, so they've been drying quite a bit. Lamium is considered a perennial here in my zone 5B area, and I don't have a lot of lamium in my yard. I really love it, and I want a ton more of it in my landscape. I have a few pieces of it. It honestly did not go to seed this year, so I'm very thankful that I got the seeds from my friend's house. And even though I have small pieces of it and I've been able to divide it, I want a lot more of it. So collecting the seeds is the next best way for me to get more of this plant. I wonder, did you know that you can collect the seeds off of a lamium plant? I never did until this year, so I'm very excited to have collected the seeds and to show you what the seeds look like. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at a seed pod as well as the seeds now. The key with the seed pods is you definitely want to let them dry over a period of time. You can see that some of the seeds have already dropped out of the seed pods. So I'm trying to just squeeze it, and by doing so, some of the seeds are still getting released from the seed pods. One way that I like to get the seeds and not as much of the shaft material is to just put it on something like a paper or a paper towel, and I like to shake it. And what happens is the lighter seeds will come off, and you can just keep the seed pods or the shaft on the paper or on the paper towel in this case. So I'm using this method here because I did try the colander method and I found that the seeds were too big and they would not fit through the holes on the colander. So different colanders have different sizes, so it's definitely worth trying. Maybe it'll work with your colander at your house. So you can see I have a lot of seeds here and not as many seeds on here. So they did get transferred pretty easily. I like to store my seeds in a small Ziploc bag. The key is to make sure that your seeds are completely dry when you're storing them. And I like to label the bag with lamb's ear, where I collected them from, which you don't need to put on your bag if you don't want to. I just like to know where I got my seeds from, the year that I collected the seeds. And then I do have a dime here just to show you how small the bag is that I'm using, as well as how small the seeds are here. Now, you don't need to use a Ziploc bag if you don't want to. If you want to use a paper bag or a glass jar, you can do that. Just remember, you need to make sure that the seeds are completely dry before you store them. And then you want to store them in a cool, dark, dry location. For me personally, I like to start all my perennial seeds outdoors using the winter sowing method. And I use milk jugs for my winter sowing method. If you want to follow along this winter when I do my winter sowing, definitely be sure to subscribe to my channel because you don't want to miss those videos. I hope you found this video helpful, and until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.